And for more on the Turkish refugee crisis and Turkey's role in the fight against the Islamic State, I'm joined by Bulent Ali-riza. He is the director and senior associate at the Turkey Project at the Center for Strategic and International Studies here in Washington, D.C. Great to see you again. Welcome back to our program.
Thank you.
The pictures there are certainly alarming, seeing all of these people flooding in. The UN is doing what they can, other aid agencies. We're talking, over 1 million people now. Can Turkey handle all this with help?
Well, the Prime Minister, as you heard in the report, said that it's over 1.5 million now. It's already cost Turkey over $3.5 billion. Obviously, unbudgeted expenditure that Turkey is bearing on its own. Now, Turkey shares a border with Syria and Iraq, where there's been fighting. Refugees have come in from both countries to Turkey, and there seems to be no end to it. Now, Turkey is negotiating with the United States as to how it can actually participate in the international effort, and part of that involves a discussion of the Turkish proposal for a no-fly zone, something that was mentioned just a few minutes ago,
right?
Or a buffer zone in which maybe some of the refugees who are already in Turkey could go.
I see. And how does Turkey stay out of this fight with the Islamic State while other neighbors are joining in?
That's a good question. Turkey has a huge army. It can intervene, but it wants to be sure, as the president has said, why it would be joining this fight. Turkey has been long committed to the ouster of President Assad, has allowed the Syrian opposition to go to Syria to actually fight with Assad. And now it faces a situation in which the world, which failed to intervene against Assad, is now intervening against the Islamic State, which is ostensibly against Assad, but is now perceived to be a greater threat. So at the very least, Turkey is confused about the aims of the coalition. And until there's agreement between Washington and Ankara as to what the aims are, I do not believe that Turkey will participate.
Will we ever know if a deal was actually cut when the hostages were released from the Islamic State?
Well, the Kurds who are fighting in Syria have said that there was a deal cut. Turkey's denied it. The fact that the Islamic State is attacking Kobani and Turkey is not helping them is seen as evidence by the Syrian Kurds and the PKK, which is helping them as evidence. The important thing is that the hostages have been released. Even more importantly, now Turkey feels comfortable discussing how it could join this coalition. And frankly, that's what I think we should be focusing on, rather than on how the deal was on the hostages might have been cut.
I see. And, you're talking over 1 million people there right now. Where could they go? Where would be another place within that area could they go?
Well, obviously, it would be great if they could go back home.
Right.
Because every refugee who leaves his home or her home wants to go back. Now, that means that there has to be a settlement in Syria, one way or the other, and in Iraq, that will allow these people to come back. Otherwise, they become permanent refugees in the way that we've seen, for example, the Palestinian refugees become permanent refugees in Lebanon, Jordan, and elsewhere. There
are reports of horrible atrocities that people have witnessed making the journey from Syria into Turkey. Should Turkey be involved in any way in keeping the IS back from their people?
Well, Turkey has actually said that the IS is a threat. The president addressed this issue. The Turkish president addressed this issue in New York. The question is, does it perceive it enough of a threat to its own interests, not just to those that it is harassing, torturing, raping, and killing in Syria and in Iraq, for it to intervene in a meaningful way? Then we're close to a decision, and hopefully Washington and Ankara will be able to work out a deal where Turkey can bring its considerable resources into this fight.
Alrighty. Bulent Ali-riza, thank you so much. As always, we appreciate your time and your insight.
Thank you.